So we're here today to initiate our PulsePoint application for the citizens of West Sacramento and Yolo County. Basically, PulsePoint was brought to the community out of an incident that happened in the Bay Area. There was a fire chief who was having lunch at a deli, and unbeknownst to him, somebody went into sudden cardiac arrest in a neighboring business. He didn't realize it until a fire engine pulled up. And at that point, he thought to himself, he could have been doing life-saving CPR, but didn't even realize that the incident was occurring right next door. So at that point, he looked for a way to alert citizens to the sudden cardiac arrest within a quarter-mile vicinity. And that's what the application basically does. There's a lot of other functions to the application, and we'll have Captain Mark Hull talk about those. But if you have the application downloaded in your phone and somebody goes into sudden cardiac arrest within a quarter-mile radius of your location, you will be alerted to that, and you can perform hands-only CPR to create a viable patient for emergency response. So that's the basics of the application. At this point, I'd like to introduce our city manager, Martin Tuttle, to talk about some of the benefits that we will bring to the city.
Thank you, Chief, for inviting me out in the sun on a hot day. I appreciate that. I'm going to take my shirt off. I just wanted to thank Chief Heilmann and Chief Ramirez as well for pulling this together. There was a presentation before the City Council, and Captain Hull and Fire Morgan did a great job working on this guy. Does this guy have a name?
Rescue Randy.
Randy, okay. There was a comment that Chief made the other night that I think sticks in our community, and on this PulsePoint, and the fact that you don't do the breaths, you just do the compressions, and it's viewed as something's better than nothing. And I think for our city, you rather than stand around, doing something is better than nothing, and contributing to an incident and waiting for the emergency personnel to get there makes a lot of sense. So applying that to throughout our department and all we do, doing something is better than nothing. And I think that goes to the community as well. So this was a great initiative by the fire department. Thank you, Chief. But we're going to apply this to all of our departments, all of our city personnel, particularly parks employees who are out in the community, our public works staff, obviously our police department and so on. And the technique is, I don't want to steal your thunder, Mark, but this is pretty simple, and doing this is better than nothing. And we could save a life of somebody in this community who's either visiting here or living here, and that's a tremendous thing to do. We have to be prepared for everything, and this is another little technique, and again, it's not too complex, and it gives, I think, a feeling for all of us that we are prepared. Hopefully we never run into a situation where somebody does have a cardiac arrest next to us when we're having a nice leisurely lunch somewhere at a deli. But if they do, there's something that you could do rather than feel hopeless. And I think it's a tremendous thing, and it's a very, I think, again, kind of symbolic that we all can kick in a way here. You may not have all the equipment that you're going to have at ER, but there is something you can do, and it's better than nothing. So I think it's a great effort. I really appreciate this, and we'll integrate it within the other departments. I know the City Council likes it. Mayor Pro Tem Sandeen's here. She learned some technique, and she's savvy enough. She probably has the app today. You have the app? She does. So great work, and let's get our employees aware of this, and hopefully we never have to use it. But I bet there'll be an incident where this comes in handy. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
PulsePoint application, it's been mentioned a little bit already by Chief Heilmann, was founded on the idea of trying to crowdsource good Samaritans to intervene early on if somebody has a cardiac arrest event in a public location nearby. And studies in the EMS world have found that early compressions and early defibrillations, but primarily early compressions, really can help increase the survivability profile of patients that are in sudden cardiac arrest. So what we'll demonstrate for you real fast, Firefighter Morgan here will assist us. And this is the message that the fire department will be spreading to the other city agencies and to the community. Hands-only CPR is very, very easy to do. It just takes a little initiative to search out and find out how to do it. The days of 8-hour CPR classes where you're rescue breathing and doing compressions at the same time are really a bit outdated as far as civilian CPR is concerned. Hands-only CPR compressions is not invasive at all. It is easy to do, and we'll demonstrate it for you now. So the first thing we do want to check and make sure before we would start CPR or compressions is that the patient is unresponsive.
Sir!
Very easy
Not
to do.
responding.
Not responding, no response back, not moving. You don't think the patient is breathing. You can check and take a little closer look at the chest to see if it's rising and falling. But really, if you do not get any response from a down civilian, it's a good time to start compressions. Okay? Firefighter Morgan is going to stand right over the patient. Typically, the patient was probably going to be lying on the floor. He's going to put one hand, the palm of one hand, right in the center of the chest. His opposite hand is just going to marry right on top of the first hand. And he's going to get over the patient, lock his elbows out, his arms are going to be straight, and he's going to start compression. The rate that we're looking for, that's a question that comes up quite often, is how fast? I don't know exactly what rhythm I should be doing. We're looking for about 100 beats per minute. And the song Staying Alive, if anybody knows that chorus, is a good indicator if you can remember that in the back of your mind. Otherwise, it's just like Firefighter Morgan's doing it about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's that easy of a count. And as far as how far Firefighter Morgan is pressing, that's another question we get. Ideally, we like about 2 inches of depth on the compressions before his hands recoil up. But like it has been mentioned earlier today, doing something is better than nothing. So if the technique is not quite right, at least we're attempting those early compressions and trying to increase that survivability profile.